welcome to Kanika Asia Snapshots. We're hosting a series of interviews with financial industry leaders in Asia to discuss what truly matters in digital banking and where the industry is headed. And today we are very pleased to have Anshuman Singh from EY Financial Services. He's a partner and the digital practice lead for Asia Pac. His role allows him a very unique perspective on digital banking and fintech in the region. Anshuman, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
What are your thoughts on collaboration with fintechs like Manega, who are addressing large traditional banks' requirements within digital banking? And we're helping them do just that, modernize without disruption.
The prevailing thought process in financial services really is that fintechs are very much in the competition zone. So there are certain fintechs that are playing the license game. By that, what I mean is they're actively going after digital bank licenses or lending licenses or payment licenses, and they're competing with financial institutions. At the same time, there are fintechs out there who really do want to collaborate with financial institutions to solve certain problems, either on the customer front, on the operations front, the compliance, the reg. The landscape is quite wide. So I think from a banking perspective, what our advice typically as EY to most of the financial institutions is to look at that landscape and look at natural partners for yourself, to be able to partner with, to co-create propositions for your customers. And I think the challenges for banks will still remain. By getting a fintech, perhaps gets them started, it gives them a more accelerated path to an answer. But the fundamentals of modernizing their own organization, modernizing the technology stack still remain. But I think that will remain irrespective. So they should continue that as business as usual, and seek opportunities for fintechs to start to solve some of those point issues that I believe, frankly, that some fintechs can solve better than most banks.
Thanks for that. And I do agree. There are some that co-optation angle is very important. And I think that should not be missed because we're all existing in the same ecosystem, much like you said. Looking into the future of financial services, I can't let you go without asking about your future looking thoughts. So any thoughts on new technology that could change the face of financial services or even AI-based solutions? How do you feel about them?
Let me answer that in, I guess, two parts. So is financial services being embedded everywhere, but invisible. Some people call it financial services everywhere and nowhere. And I think largely that's how I see financial services being. For example, you could be buying a certain product or a service from, say, an e-commerce app, and it's through that app that you actually get your micro lending or your buy now pay later type concept. You could be somewhere else searching for a property and initiate the mortgage buying process there and actually fulfill it there as well. So I think the age of banking embedded in our daily interactions and our daily lives is where I see the future of financial services going. Now, underpinning that, of course, are certain technologies that embed those kind of customer journeys and that kind of interaction, of which open APIs is one of them. Without secure, standardized connections between various different platforms and the banking own system, this is not going to be possible. Similarly, around leveraging of AI or machine learning in terms of credit decisioning, but not only in terms of credit decisioning, but also for fraud detection, for AML, for financial crime. All of those things are going to be responsible because if you do have a lot of human intervention in that flow, then that customer journey breaks. So a large high degrees of automation through leveraging of AI and ML is going to be quite important. And of course, cloud-based technologies are going to be important as well. As you get to a stage where you want to infinitely scale or scale down with less or almost zero stranded costs, that's where you want to start to leverage some of those cloud-based technologies and the computing power that kind of comes with it. So yeah, so I see the future being embedded, a lot like Intel Inside, if I could use that analogy, where you will get a better experience because you have that organization embedded in the process without naturally having to buy it directly.
That is excellent. Yeah. And again, a great point. I wish I can quote you on that, that financial services are everywhere and nowhere. And that's how seamless they should be because they're embedded in pretty much every facet of our lives today. This has been most interesting. And thank you so much for your time and your invaluable insights.
Thanks.